Hi, this is Frank Walker, and it's your Canon 212 update for the 26th of January. The headline today, Defunding of NGO Francis Church begins. This is Armaticus from Deus Ex Machina blog. That's the theme of what's happening right now. This whole Francis Church defunding is beginning. He's written a lot over the last year about the way Francis Church is funded. It's funded on this unsustainable model of government state funding, because there's nobody that's going to pay for all this out of their pockets, because they've gotten rid of all the faithful Catholics, you know. So they've turned to the state, which is, those are the people that were behind them wrecking the church in the first place. And so the headlines are about that. What in the world does Francis mean by his cooperative globalization pontificating? This new term they came up with. You can read that. Somebody is explaining Francis's idea of an economy. It's so brilliant. You never could possibly understand it. It's a new system, not like that old system where people had the freedom to do what they wanted with their life and their property. It's not like that crummy old system. Everybody knows that's evil. To have freedom and a free market, it's just evil. Not. Miserable San Diego Francis Bishop McElroy. This new Trump nationalism isn't Catholic at all, you know. This is a guy who's a horrible fiend of a bishop, not the least bit Catholic, but he's teaching Catholicism to the country, all the Trump voters and all the people that support him, the regular, normal Christians. CNA, Trump wants to halt refugee intake, and Fed-funded Catholic leaders are so worried. USCCB illegal aliens Bishop Vasquez admits faux Christian Francis blather over the Trump wall. As Trump has just authorized construction of his wall. It's happening. New head of USCCB Cardinal DiNardo. Today, President Trump made several announcements which deeply concern me, because they were all good. That's why. They were all good, loving announcements. And that's why these bishops are concerned, because their gravy train is getting cut. It has no Christian, there's no Christian reason for all of this complaining. It has nothing to do with Christ. The opposite, in fact. It's unjust, and it's being fixed. And these unjust bishops are getting upset. Alatia's Deacon Kandra and Queen's Rabbi ready to sign up as a Muslim and be deported to Somalia in that horrible Trump registry that's coming. It's a registry of Muslims. Every Muslim will be registered. Well, you know, what do they want? You know, what do they want? But there hasn't been anybody saying there's going to be a Trump registry, and you know that Deacon Kandra isn't going to get deported as a Muslim. He'll stop that before that happens. He's such a hero, isn't he? Up and read First Things on Amoris Laetitia. This is where it all stands or falls. Because if a man can divorce his wife, or if a wife can divorce her husband, then Christ can divorce the church. That's the truth. That's the truth. This issue is the issue. This isn't anything that we can compromise or look the other way or hope it gets better. This is it. You know, and it's good. All of this Francis Church stuff needs to go down. Vatican's La Stampa. Cardinal Burke defied the Francis. He tried to dissuade the Grand Master from abdicating the $1 billion Knights of Malta. That's a hysterical piece you could look coming out of Francis Vatican. Oh, that horrible Cardinal Burke. How dare he defy the Francis's wishes. That Knights of Malta has got $1 billion in assets. It says in that, almost $1 billion. Who knows? Who knows? That's just a coup. All of Francis's friends got together and they sat in their around a little table, and they came up with this way to ding Cardinal Burke and get a hold of and make sure those condoms get distributed again. Submit yourselves and come close so we can kick you. Father Hunwick relays the welcoming Francis Church invitation to Christians. This is a powerful piece by Father Hunwick, putting together all of this wreckage, all of this bullying, he calls it, in the San Antonio Anglican Ordinariate related thing, and everywhere, all over the world. Everybody Catholic, just like the Knights of Malta, is getting kicked. Come closer so we can kick you. And he repeats himself. He says, is SSBX Bishop Fillet paying attention? Condom Pope reinstates birth control distributing leader sacked by the now abdicated Grandmaster. So the condom distributor that started all this is back in place. Francis has reinstated the condom guy. The condom guy is back. But Francis doesn't support condoms, right? He doesn't support birth control. He's all about humana vitae, right? Father Lucy Smith, the Knights of Malta's Frost Festing, was a loyal son of the church. Well, that's true. That's true. A loyal son of the church. That's why he got the axe from Francis, who hates the church. And Mike Pence, the first VP ever to address the March for Life. Has a president ever addressed March for Life? I mean, it's been going on forever. I don't know about that. It sounds like that's the highest level. It sounds like that the Trump White House so far is very pro-life. And so these bishops that don't like Trump, I think they just need to start being quiet. These Francis bishops need to be quiet. So then up at the top, Father Regis Scanlon, history might judge Francis better than Honorius. You never know. That was a heretic bishop that was put out or declared a heretic for something very small. But this Father Regis Scanlon has always been very good. He thinks that, we don't know Francis's mind, and who knows what's going on. Who can say? We can't decide. Maybe history will look at him better. Wow. I think that Father Regis Scanlon needs to look at history better. Francis has already been corrected privately at least 30 times. Where are these cardinals now? And that's Chris Ferrara. Yeah. There's no more need for private corrections, and there's no more none of this jumping up and down about, oh, there's a chance of scandal. A chance of scandal. The whole church is being wrecked. And then Father Patricio Heilman of dangerous Suarez, Mexico. With the perpetual adoration chapel we built, Christ is changing the entire city. Isn't that the truth? If you get a perpetual adoration chapel built, which I don't know if they'll make them anymore, but if you get one built in your town, you see the difference. You'll see the difference, even in a place like Juarez, Mexico. God bless Father Heilman. And up at the very top, and Francis is an honorable man. This is the St. Louis Catholic, wrote a little take on Mark Antony's speech after Brutus murdered Julius Caesar. And it's except for the Brutus is Francis. Anyway, that's your update for today. And God save the church.